welcome back to the Footy Show. Bonsoir tout le monde. Yeah, after a long week of just feeling like shit, Belgium lose to Spain 2-1 in regular time. And to be fair, I think Belgium, we played, as best as we could with the team that we had. And with unfortunate injuries to start off the game, Amadou Onana not being in there, De Bruyne being forced to play the majority of the game. It's football, and to be fair, most of these guys, Lukaku, De Bruyne, they're getting on. Courtois got injured second half and made Lammens come off the bench to make a save that he couldn't make, and ultimately that pretty much just sealed off the game. And to be fair, I'm not mad at Senne for doing that because Lammens, what else is he going to do? And to be fair, you need to understand what goes into this. He hadn't played a game all tournament. There's no continuity of him getting game time, so you're not match fit. You're not match ready. So, no, you know what? He's going to learn from this. He's Belgium's future number one. Courtois even said, "Look, you know what? He couldn't do anything about it." Buffon even came out and said, "Look, the kid wasn't ready. Hadn't been playing the whole tournament. It's part of the game. People got to get over it." I did. Um, but if you look at today's results, Spain beat France 2-0. France were the favourites to win the World Cup, but apparently in World Cup history, teams ranked number one in the FIFA World Cup overall rankings, they don't win. So whoever found that stat out, too bad. And to be fair, I'm seeing all these comments, of people saying that Belgium actually did a way better job in playing Spain than France did, and which I have to agree. Yeah, Spain may have scored early off a set piece, rebounded off. Courtois couldn't do anything. Went in. That was not uh, a goal of open play. And then the second goal was shot by the centre back Kurbasi to Lammens, and he couldn't save it because that was just it. And then Mikel Merino with the absolute golazo just buries it. Man off the bench, clutch. And to be fair, I'm not mad. I think all along a lot of people projected this Belgian team to go to the quarterfinals, which he did. So you can't be mad. Semifinals would have been above expectations with the squad that we had. And yeah, it's that's it for these guys. Um, Courtois, De Bruyne, Lukaku, and then Witsel. That's most likely their last World Cup. But look, there's a brighter side to the story. UEFA Nations League is coming up. That's in September. I think this is good for a young squad that Belgium has with the few veterans that are left. It'll be good to get the continuity, even though the groups are shit. I think, who do Belgium have within that tournament? I think Italy and France already in the group, so I'm not going to get my hopes on that, but I hope we do better than what most people expected. And of course, yet again, we're written off. I think to just summarize this whole tournament, it's just like we started off so shit. Let's be honest. Drawing against Egypt, Iran, and then absolutely scraping, at nothing to beat New Zealand 5-1 just to win the group. Luckily enough, we're lucky that Egypt drew theirs because I think they would have gone over anyway, based on goal difference. So, and then the Senegal game, I thought we were absolutely finished, and which we were. You could see the defensive frailties, the amount of experience that we had on the bench didn't even matter because half of these guys, to be fair, then they're not seasoned World Cup. Players like De Bruyne and Lukaku. And then USA was just, they would you just don't piss off a country like Belgium because we may be small, but we can respond. We don't respond by talking. We do it on the pitch, which we did, and we absolutely buried that game 4-1. Yeah, après, meeting Spain I was very optimistic. I wasn't assuming we were going to lose. I thought we actually played better than we did until we conceded the first goal, and then the Kettler scores the second one, which I thought was an absolute banger. Just penetrated the whole defense. And Belgium is still the only team in this World Cup to score a goal on Spain. So just hold that. Think about that. Um, but yeah, I can't, I can't stay angry. Like, I think we just have to accept it and move on. We had beautiful days. We had a team that could have won stuff. 2018, ça c'était le temps. That was the time to win trophies. The Euros crashing out again there after the World Cup. Um, and then Nations League. Like Nations League, I think is just a waste of time. To be fair, like I don't think anyone really cares about that. But I am looking forward to the Euros in 2028. And I think we'll be better off ready for that one. I think De Bruyne and Lukaku are still going to be on the team. Courtois saying he's taking a year off, which by all means, please let Senne come in, let him do his thing, mixtape it, and then we're done. Um, but yeah, looking at the results today with France getting absolutely put in a spliff by Spain. Okay, yeah, fine, pen, but then an open goal play like France. France's midfield got absolutely dominated, and they could not move the ball around quick enough. Spain's defense was just too good. Midfield got choked. There was no service out to the wingers. Mbappe was trying to do everything himself. Tu vois, rien qui s'est passé. I think they barely had any shots on goal. Spain absolutely just choked them out in the middle, capitalized on their goals, and the rest is history. And I think that's the second time they've been to a World Cup final since 2010. You know, and I'll say this: like Belgium, a country of 11 million people, and you've done, since 2014, you've made the semis. 2018, you've made the quarterfinals, and for a small country, that's not bad. I don't think the Dutch have gone that far as much as we have. And I'll just take it back to the amount of talent pools that these bigger countries have compared to smaller countries like Switzerland, Belgium, the Netherlands. That's just the reality. I'm not making that as an excuse. I'm just saying you will have more talent coming from these countries based off the fact that they have more prospects to choose from. But in saying that, if you look at the current Belgium national squad, the majority of these players play in Ligue 1, a few in the Jupiler Pro League for Bruges, and then in Ligue 1, c'est Liège, I think, and then Spain as well. And then you've got the guys that are based in England, Tulemans, who just signed for Manchester United. Oh man, I'm so happy he signed. Amadou Onana, Aston Villa, um, De Cooper, Brighton. So like, and then the other guys that play for Bruges in Van Aken as well, and then so I think it's a good mix of players, and like I've mentioned this in my previous videos, is Belgium are not, like I said, we're not that well known for being stars on big teams. Besides, in recent years with Doku, De Bruyne, Lukaku, and stuff like that. But I think to just put it straight, it's just a humble way of just playing. We the squad that I'm looking at now, it's quite small, but I feel confident that moving forward, it's just like we'll have much more kids coming through, and I think Rudy Garcia has done an excellent job. And apparently, his contract is up at the end of the month, and he most likely looks like he's going to be replaced. But I think that would be a horrible idea. He's taken, this team and made a run which most people thought that we weren't even capable of doing. To be fair, so we have to give him that benefit of the doubt. Mais on verra. Tu vois, like, just to recap it again, Spain absolutely put France in a spliff. The very same Spain that Belgium, the only team in the World Cup so far to score on them, put them to the sword. But then with this shot that got trying to get saved by Senne Lammens and got put away by Mikel Merino in stoppage time. Now we look forward to England and Argentina. That is going to be another interesting one as well. Who's going to win? I want England to win. To be honest, I'm tired of hearing all this messy crap. And if England do win, watch these guys. These men are going to get absolutely cooked. But again, like for me as a Belgian fan that's been watching this team since they were in Brazil to 2014, 2018, 2022 till now, it's been a long journey of like heartbreak, and I still love my country. A lot of people are just gonna say, What do you mean?" When you're like a person like me, you're privileged. You'll be privileged enough to be in given a situation that I was given when I was a younger. But yeah, we're gonna see. And I'm telling you, England, you better put these men in a spliff. And I'm telling you, if Argentina lose, best believe I'm gonna be cooking these guys. And people, as always, please like, share, and subscribe, and do all of that good stuff.